All right, good morning, guys. Today we're looking at GovX again for the third day in a row, I think, maybe the fourth day in a row now. I can't quite be sure, but it's looking okay today. We did see it take a nasty dip, but it has recovered back above that 200 EMA, so it's back in that playable zone here. So hopefully it stays that way. We've got AIHS. It's looking okay. We are sitting above that 200 EMA. We are currently sitting above that VWAP as well. It looks half bullish. The only problem I'm seeing right now is the spotty price action, but that can just happen in the pre-market from time to time. So hopefully this takes off when the market opens. We got HL or HMLP here. I'm not expecting to see this move. It looks like it was probably some sort of merge or buyout. That's what usually happens when you see a sharp rise and then a completely flat price action. So I'm expecting to not really see this move. We might see it move a little bit, but I'm not expecting too much out of it. We have ELEV looking pretty good here. We did see a low of $3.37. We are currently seeing above $4. We hit a high of just about $4.50 there. Looking pretty bullish, holding that VWAP line pretty steady throughout most of the pre-market here. So this is going to be a big one that we're going to be watching. Probably bigger than GovX right now anyway. We have EXPR, not very bullish, spotty price action, but you never know when something like this is going to run, so we keep it open just in case. We've got OSUR, kind of the same story, and HMLP again. Probably going to close this one down pretty quick, but we'll see when the market opens. So, yeah, ELEV is looking pretty good still. Looks like we're at the beginning of a curl up here. When the market opens, it'll probably take a sharp rise and then a fall. Yep, there we go. We're hoping to see it hold at the bottom band where that VWAP is, so we could probably try a play immediately off of ELEV. We're probably looking to get in around 4. I'd like to get around 425. It's a 460 as a PT with a 415 stop, maybe just a 410 stop. That would get us to that other support line. We're gonna give it a minute here because we just saw a nasty drop. Let's see if it can hold. In fact, we could even try for a better entry here at 410. We'll go for 450 instead, and then we'll go for a 390 stop. So we're going to give it about 20 cents of a stop. That brings us to a really safe spot. Hopefully, we can see some good profits here. If you get in higher, don't leave it more than 20 cents. In fact, you should probably leave it less than 20 cents if need be. We saw a really nice recovery there. We dropped down to about 411 and then back all the way up to about 430. So that's about as good as we're going to get on that, I think. That's pretty close. Not quite ready to call it the end of the trade there, but we should be looking to take profits around this 440 mark. So that's ELEV. Start scaling out. ELEV, not EVEL. I mispronounced that ticker. They not mispronounced it. I mistyped it. So hopefully you all knew what I was talking about. It is on the screen here. You can see it a little bit up here, a little bit up here, and then of course the whitewash, whitewash, whatever you want to call that. In any case, we are scaling it a little bit here. We're not like massively in profits, but we did make a little bit here, so it's looking pretty good. AIHS not looking too great. GovX is starting to move as well. We could probably take a GovX play. We'll have to see here. Yeah, it is up a little high, but I think I do want to take a risk on GovX because it usually does tend to run. So I'd like to get in probably 245 if we can. We're looking at probably a 270 PT with a probably just a 240 stop, I think. If you get in lower, basically give it 5 cents from where you get in. We're gonna try for 540 since we're seeing a little bit of a dip here, which means we're gonna aim for 235. So wherever you get in, you're basically, yeah, just give it 5 cents. So GovX, looking to get around this 240 mark. Cool, 230, 235. So we're gonna get in at yeah, about 235 if we can. We're all over the place on this map. So it looks like my stop loss can be about 225. We got in a lot lower than I thought we were going to. Hopefully it holds. We're at the bottom of that band, so I can't really see this starting to move up. We have a stop loss line here. Whoa, didn't mean to do that. There we go. So far so good. We are up a couple cents, nothing major, but it does look like a healthy recovery. Entered 230, SL 225, PT probably 245. ELEV still looking good. We did hit up to a 444 the first time, or 445, something like that. We do have a resistance at 447. Looks like we're heading towards it. We hit that 445 mark again. I would keep your position size really small for whatever you have left in ELEV, as we're not really breaking through that resistance line just quite yet. GovX looking good. We're at 240 right now. PT is like 245, but I mean, we could start to scale out here. It's not bad, 10-cent profit on this. Starting to scale out of GovX. We'll probably see more profits on this, but I want to make sure that I secure at least a little bit while we're up here, because we did see that really nasty drop, which means we could see it again. I like to have available open trades. EXPR actually took a nasty drop. Let's see, OSR is doing the same. And of course, HMLP is zero price action. So we're at GovX and ELEV basically. We did see a slight break on that. We hit 448, very, very close to PT. I think we're aiming for 450, so very, very close. We're at 245 on GovX. That is PT. You can scale out the rest here. You can hold it if you want. Holding for some extra profits. Looks like that was a smart move anyway, because we're up at 260 already, and now we can start to scale out a little bit more. Or the rest, whatever you feel like. Secure some profits. That's a pretty massive trade. And we have another massive drop, so we're going to jump right back in on GovX here. Back in at 230. We're going to aim for that 245 and then a 225 stop. So, I mean, we saw it. That was a lot of pressure dropping all the way down, and we saw it hit exactly the same spot. So I'm hoping it holds. We start to see it climb again already. I feel bad for the people who have the time lag on the other Discords right now, because I don't think there's a fat chance in hell they got in anything below 233 on this. Unless they were actually watching the charts, I guess, and stuff like that. Then they probably would have seen that coming, but you never know. Anyways, we're in at 238. We're almost at that 230 or 240 mark again. We could probably start to scale out again at 240. That's the plan. Keep it safe. Scaling out some GovX on the new play around 240-ish. This is moving a lot faster than I thought it was going to. Whoa. Gotta stop hitting buttons. I don't know what they do. Yeah, so the highest we got was 448 on ELEV. We were 2 cents shy of PT, so I mean, hopefully you scaled out. Scaled out of ELEV as we could probably take another play off this VWAP as well. We had some massive move on AIHS while we weren't watching. It really went from $1.04 down all the way up to $1.21 right now. So that's something we definitely want to keep an eye on. We're seeing another drop on GovX. Good thing we started to scale out. Hopefully we see this recover. I bet we will, so I'm not too worried about it. AIHS looks like it's going to be a big runner today, so I'm going to go into an AIHS play if we can get down to about 115. It's going to be a little risky. We have to have a tight stop, so we're going to be aiming for about 125 and then a 112 stop. So we're going to keep it pretty tight with that stop. About right there. So we're aiming for 115. We're not leaving it a lot of room because, well, it's a dollar stock. If you leave it too much room, you end up with a huge stop loss. ELEV is all the way back up. We should have taken another play on that. I was just waiting a little bit longer to see if it would hit that VWAP again, and it didn't. That's unfortunate. GovX still bouncing around. All right, let's see. BTTX, that's one I didn't see. BTTX, not NTTX. There we go. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. I mean, like, it kind of did this yesterday as well, so I'm not too surprised. We'll probably see a move out of it. We have PLAB. Yeah, that price point's a little high and the range is not the greatest. It's not terrible, but it's not great. AIHS, I'll be looking to get in around this level. I wasn't really watching it, so we're going to be jumping into AIHS around this level. Um, I'm gonna go for a $1.07 stop loss. Gonna aim for that $1.10 entry. Might get a little higher. Not GovX, but this AIHS. I think we could see some good gains out of this. I'm happy we caught it after the knives. And we didn't really look back at it beforehand, but yeah, hopefully we see this start to move up from here. It's a little iffy right now, but I think it's worth the risk. We do have a huge range here. This last candle, went from about $1.11 all the way to $1.23. That's massive. So hopefully we see that again. ELEV is still bouncing around. We did hit that high. We're probably going to come back to that low. Probably looking for that. And we have GovX here. It did take a little bit more of a drop. That is a little worrisome. We only have a little bit left in that, so I'm not really 100% concerned. What did I get into AIHS? 211. Where is it now? 112. Or sorry, 111, not 211. Yeah. Too many numbers floating around. ELEV is getting really close. ELEV. Make sure I type it in properly this time. Gonna try for like a 425-ish entry. Again, we're gonna try for 450 and then a 415 and give it a 410 stop. Not in it yet. We're gonna wait for it to come back down. 410. Let's give it 411 on this thing, but basically 410. I just don't want to move my my lines. I hate having to do that. Okay. BTTX, that's what it did yesterday. Two really big green candles here going from $1.91 to 210 almost. 20-cent move on a $2 stock is huge. Not really any clear indication that was going to happen though. I think we just leave that be for now. We have a couple other things popping up. One thing that I'm actually interested in seeing is CBio, because that's popping up right now. That was looking really good. We did see a nice green spike, $1.23 all the way to $1.40, so we've got good range on it. Still a dollar stock. Yeah, CBio, yeah, it's looking pretty good. It's a little high again. I think this happened yesterday where it's just too high for me and it kept running. We did see some potential entry points here at 430 on ELEV if we want to make a 20-cent scalp. Pretty close to PT, not super close though, so I don't understand if you didn't jump in at 430, but basically you want to give it. Where did my line go here? Pretty sure I put one at 411. Anyways, you want to make sure that you don't have more than a 20, or what would you have for a stop loss on ELEV? About 15 cents. You don't want more than a 15-cent. You might be able to scrape up to 20 cents on a stop loss if you really wanted to, but I really wouldn't consider that a great move. AIHS, our stop loss is $1.07. I'm not sure what happened there, but all our stop losses got moved. What about this one? We've got two here. Yeah, no, charts reset or something. GovX starting to look good again. We did see that move back up to 242. AIHS down to $1.10. ELEV with a huge spike, so dropped down to the 430 mark again, went all the way up to 462, so that is in fact PT. Actually, I was just talking about this with somebody yesterday about how sometimes you get just a single candle if you're not watching, and it can go straight from your PT and like sometimes straight into your stop loss too. So you have to be really fast with stuff like that. But this one worked out okay. I think we could even see higher on this, but I'm scaling out most of it now. Scaling out most of It's just sorting everything out here. AIHS still not really looking fantastic, sitting at $1.10. We really lost the price action with this. We lost the volume, and it's really not looking great. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. So that's a stop loss on AIHS. Okay. GovX looks like it is returning from the dead here. Very, very slowly. ELEV is still climbing, so if you didn't take PT on that one random candle, you've now had 3 candles to kind of make your exit or your scale out. Hopefully we see some bigger move here, but I doubt it. Same with this one. I don't think we're going to see much out of this. We are seeing an increase in volume now, but it's really just selling volume, so really don't expect too much out of this right this second. GovX, I kind of expect to see this start to curl up better. We're seeing that bottom band start to curl up. MACD is about to cross. We still have a decent amount of volume. It is slowly dying off, which is kind of sad. We're not even the first 15 minutes in today, and we're already seeing volume really drop off on a lot of these stocks. BTTX is kind of playing around, and we have CBio still sitting up pretty high. I would say a little too high. I'd like to see it consolidate probably back around that 130 level. ELEV hits that 450 and almost 460 3 times. We're probably due to come back down from here unless it can hold at the support, but I highly doubt it'll hold. Yeah. So we're probably going to be heading back down. Well, maybe it's got some pressure left. Well, we've got some pressure down at 441, it looks like, but I doubt it'll hold there. I don't think it's enough. We will see, though. AIHS. You know what? These are fairly bullish candles, but the volume is still too low. I don't think I really want to risk it. EXPR could be a good recovery play, but with volume falling off on other stocks, I'm not really sure that I'm ready to not sure I'm ready to commit to that yet. TRKA is popping up. We could take a look at that. That one's not looking too bad. Again, we're like it's a dollar stock. It's not my favorite to play, so if we can get around playing that, that would be ideal. This one's not really moving. TRMD. Yeah, that one's too high on the price range. It's been like that for like a week where a lot of the things are really not in the levels that I like to play. Some of them are too big, some of them are too small. It's kind of all over the place. AIHS is actually starting to come back here. We're seeing the volume kind of level out. We could try it again. I'm a little weary of this one, but if we can get in at $1.05 and we can maybe bring it up to $1.15, that would be okay with $1.02 stop. If you can get lower than $1.05, that would be probably a little more ideal. But yeah, I feel like we could get wicked on pretty hard with this stock. Just the volatility alone on these candles is pretty huge. Like going from $1 to $1.10, that's a 10% candle, or it almost hits $1.11 there. So yeah, I know the volume is really kind of not coming out on a lot of these stocks. It's kind of sucking right now, which is why I'm kind of forcing a play on AIHS at this moment, because I don't know if we're going to get much else from anything else. I mean, BTTX, again, volume is like kind of spotty. It's still there, though, so I mean, like, there might be a play. TRKA's, same thing. CBio's got a lot of the volume right now. It's sitting up so high, though. We could try CBio play with a tight stop if we get in at the right time. CBio, I'd probably be looking to get in at about $1.37. We're going to aim for at least $1.45 and then $1.34 stop. Give it $1.33 stop. So we're giving it like a fair bit of room. We want to make sure we're under this VWAP line, because that's really the last thing that's going to stop this from dropping on us. If we do happen to see a drop, VGFC, we can take a look at. That's going to be really hard to say. Super cheap. We'd be looking at a 1 cent stop. It is making, yeah, relatively huge moves. from 14 cents to 23 cents is massive, massive. It definitely sitting up too high. It's like trying to pinpoint an entry on this down to the cent would be pretty hard while it's up there. So yeah, 13% on a single candle, no kidding. Yeah, we're definitely gonna wait on this one. I want to see some sort of consolidation at least. AIHS slowly making its way back up. ELEV still sitting pretty high. GovX just bouncing off the support line over and over. I would expect GovX to fail here soon. So if you still have any in GovX, I would definitely be looking to take an exit on it. Once we start seeing some movement again, maybe we'll jump back in. ELEV with a nasty drop back down to that 430 level. That's kind of what we wanted to see. We could take an ELEV trade. 430. Yeah, I guess 450 again. And then just a 415 stop. Again, our stop loss is back down here instead of 450. Well, it was 411 before, but I'm not quite sure what's going on with that. It's kind of getting annoying though. What was I doing here? Let's take a look at CBio. Still doing pretty okay. It's not really moving much of anywhere, but I think it's looking like it's getting ready to make its next move, which would be great. We saw a pretty hasty recovery off of that ELEV. It's starting to move up already, so that's good to see. GovX, wow, random spike up that 250 area. Definitely a good place to take profits if you were looking to cut that trade anytime soon. I wouldn't be waiting on more. That would probably be the maximum you're going to get out of it. Could be wrong though. GovX has been a pretty crazy stock the last little while. So definitely could see some bigger gains out of it. MICS we can take a look at. Yeah, I'm not really too comfortable playing VGFC, especially since, like, for my position size, I'd probably be buying about 1 million shares. I would be making like 3 or 4 candles. MICS. Oh, we almost hit our stop. Kind of glad I wasn't watching that. That would have been scary, but yeah, that was real close. Lots of pressure holding us up, obviously, because that's what that's showing. But yeah, that was probably a big whale selling off and then buying pressure holding us back up. GovX is it's going higher. You know, it's going higher. I'm completely out of GovX now, but starting to wish I wasn't. AIHS is actually a 109 from our entry, which is pretty good. We can start to scale out there. Starting to scale out of AIHS around 109. CBio knifed. Yeah, that one did stop us out, unfortunately. I'm not quite ready to take another play on this yet, just because we did see it break bearish on that MACD. So we're going to leave this be for a little while here anyway. Yeah, GovX all the way to 270. That's what I was saying though, man. The stock is wild. You can't really ever know what's going to happen. We just went from no volume to literally all the volume. Yeah, that's GovX for you. When something decides it's gonna be a stock like this, it's just it is. It is what it is. I have no idea how to play it. Yeah, there's really no. I mean, like, it's hard, right? Because when you get into a period of consolidation, usually it can go either way. But with GovX, we've seen that it's pretty bullish in the mornings the last couple days. So I mean, I would be anticipating it would go up, and I said it was going to go up, but or it could potentially go up even higher than it already had, but I wasn't really prepared to believe myself. Yeah, right. ELEV is looking pretty okay here. We've got AIHS still at that 109. I think we just touched 110 there. I think that was our PT. No, we're aiming for 115 on it. Man, I picked a far PT. We'll see. We only got a little bit left in it, so it's not a huge deal either way, but we did pick a far one there. TRKA bouncing from 99 cents down all the way up to $1.05, so it's a 5% move. CBio is starting to actually recover from here, so I think I actually want to retry CBio. Oh, I need to call stop on it, I think, still. Not stop on CBio, and then CBio, we're going to get in $1.34. Going to aim for $1.45 still, and then $1.30 stop. I don't even really need $1.30 stop. We might be able to get away with $1.31, but yeah, it is what it is. Okay. ELEV not looking too hot here as it does come down a little bit, but we did see at that 450 mark for a couple candles here, which is basically what we were expecting out of PT. ELEV. So we got what we came for, but it wasn't really. Like that was the PT, but I was expecting more out of it. I kind of thought we were at least gonna break above that 447, 448 area and hit probably 460 again, but it doesn't look like it's gonna happen. GovX still sitting around that 250 mark. It looks like it's gonna consolidate here and probably keep going. BTTX another big green candle, 196 to 202 or 204, not bad. Looking back at other things here, CBio's looking good. I never actually got to take a look at Mix here, but Mix is looking okay. We're seeing a pretty clear pattern here. We are making higher lows, which is nice to see, and higher highs. Very, very straightforward trend. Wait, what was the trick here? Was it control and drag? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Don't know why I'm so excited about that. RDBX is running too, of course it is. Yeah, let's look at RDBX. You never know. Might be able to make a play off that. Yeah, that's pretty high up there. Surprised to still see it around that $6 mark though. CBio looking pretty good here as we hit 138 from our entry. Not going too bad. I would say 140 we can start to scale out. AIHS back down quite a bit, so it's a good thing we only have a little bit left in it. ELEV, it looks like it could be another potential entry here, but we're going to leave it be because it is falling through that 200 EMA for what looks like the first time today with a body of a candle so far, unless we see this one start to break above, which I doubt we will. I think this is going to start to be a little bit of a downtrend. Huge green candle on BTTX, 196 all the way to 209. Man, this stock is nuts. Just nuts. EXPR is not really my thing. I'm going to close that one down. Give us a little bit of room here. TRKA, there's definitely money to be made, but I can't see it happening either, especially with all these other things. We could try a mix play here. This is being super, super consistent, which I like seeing, but it kind of worries me at the same time. We could try for like a 358 entry. We're going to go for a 390 PT. It's going to take us a little bit to get there. And then just a 345 stop. 345 to 358, 13-cent stop is not bad. Honestly, though, we don't need this much room, so I would say if we break this trend, we'd be looking to exit it, like break it pretty dramatically. Like I'd say down to like 350 or something. Then we'd be looking to get out of it, but maybe a little lower than 350. Yeah, we'll leave it up to discretion. We'll take a look at it back here later, see what's going on with it. But that's the plan, basically. 138 on CBio here. AIHS still kind of hovering. We did see a massive breakdown on ELEV, so if you didn't take profits at PT or near PT, it looks like you're stopping out now, and it's going to be continuing down probably all the way to this 200 EMA. So we'll have to see about that. VGFC, another 12% spike. Yeah. are jumping in here on mix. Mix anywhere around that 358 area. So if you can get in like 360, 361, anything like that, it's not going to be bad. You can give about a 15-cent stop loss, but anything underneath this trend line for a stop loss is going to be good. So you do have a lot of room. Just depends on how patient you are. I'm not a very patient person, so I've already entered. Um, but you know, you might be more patient than me. You might be able to get the exact numbers. I know if I was a little more patient, sometimes I can get exact numbers, but at the same time, it's also saved me from missing out on plays just because I'm more willing to jump in whenever. RDBX continues up. CBIO down a little bit. AIHS back up to 108. ELEV hits that $4 mark on that 200 EMA. We still see it very, very bearish, but I think this could be a really good recovery play. I'm willing to risk it on ELEV at $4. Gonna try and hit just 420. We'll see from there. And then a 390 stop loss. We're going to keep it fairly tight on this. We don't want... Wow. I don't know what just happened there, but I'll take it, I guess. That was a pretty random spike. I'm not sure if anybody else even saw that. That was weird. Yeah. Well, I got higher than 420, but it was not easy catching that, and I didn't actually make too much more than 420. Even though it went all the way up to 450, I still only managed a 430 on it. But I guess that's what happens when you have a quick spike like that. Yeah, you had to. That was fast. That was like lightning quick. Even I must have just barely caught that on the way down. I was like halfway down the candle by the time I caught it. That was crazy. Anyways, we could buy back in here. Anyways, yeah, we'll go for another ELEV play. That one kind of threw me off. I wasn't expecting that to happen. So we'll go $4 here. Again, we're gonna aim for 420, even though we just saw that random spike. And we're gonna go for a 390 stop again. Maybe we'll see another random spike there. That would be really great. No promises though. That was quick. That was so quick. CBIO still sitting around that $1.36 area. We did hit a $1.38. That looked like it was the max. We are dropping bearish on that MACD, so that's kind of an issue. AIHS not really doing a whole lot. ELEV is basically at entry. We have GovX just kind of consolidating around this higher area here, which isn't looking bad. And we are basically at entry here on MICS. So if you didn't get in impatiently or hitting it, but I think we've hit it a couple times now, so it's still within trend. It's not looking too bad yet. Although that top band is tighter than our trend line, which is not necessarily a good sign, but it looks like it hits that trend line past it a little bit anyway, so not too concerned about that. CBIO is dropping. This is a kind of concerning event. So you can either get out for break even, you could have gotten out for a little bit of profit, but I wouldn't really be risking too much of a stop loss on this. I would say that if it hits like $1.34 and breaks through this VWAP, definitely be out. AIHS bands are tightening. I haven't seen that move again on ELEV yet. I'm kind of afraid to keep my eye off it for too long because I don't know if we're going to get too much more out of it. We are seeing a little bit of a breakdown here on MICS. As long as the bodies hold above that trend line, it should be fine. But if not, we'll probably end up exiting. Looks like we're kind of breaking trend a little bit here. Yeah, this looks like it's changing direction on us. I don't like this. Exiting MICS. We'll take a small loss on it. I'd rather take a really small loss on it and just, pay the fees on it than to take a bigger loss for no reason. All right, let's see here. TR KA not doing a whole lot. RDBX not doing a whole lot. BTTX doing its thing. GovX still sitting up and consolidating pretty high. We hit 140 on CBio here. I'm going to start scale out here on CBio. Starting to scale out of CBio here. Left a little bit in there just in case we see a nice spike up to that 145 area. It's going to be kind of hard to hit that, but I don't think it's impossible. We're seeing a lot of crazy stuff today, so really I'm more inclined to say anything is possible today. BTTX has lots of gains to be made, but it's so spotty and all over the place. It's going to be hard to pick an entry and actually make it work. Looks like we took a really good exit on MICS there. Once it started to break down a little bit, we saw definitely a huge knife down. Didn't touch our stop quite yet, but getting really close to it. So hopefully you guys took that exit. I could bounce back from here, but I think you're pretty... You'd be in the red zone for sure. CBio here back at 140. Might see that 145. AIHS still not doing a lot. ELEV we're a couple cents up on, not really anything crazy. BTTX making new highs soon. Very, very soon. Well, new highs at the market time anyway. Market open. Yeah, RDBX is still up there. Hasn't really even remotely come down. It looks really overextended. Not so much on the MACD, but we haven't really checked back in with that VWAP line in a while, and we are very, very far away from this 200 EMA, which we almost always come back down to. Yeah, yesterday wasn't too good for the stock, but today looks a little bit better. Was it running yesterday? I can't remember. I don't think we played it at all yesterday. I don't think there was much of an opportunity. Maybe like early in the morning, but yeah, that's about it. CBio back up to 141. Did hit 143. We actually got super close to PT there. ELEV is actually making a nice curl up here. We're hitting that 412 mark. We're just aiming for 420. And again, our stop loss is up here. I don't know if I think I forgot to move it that time, but we'll see. I think that 420 should be fairly easy to hit. We could probably hold past that. I think we could start to scale out around 420. And we might see as high as 440. GovX looking like it's getting ready to go, but I'm not super convinced, so I'm going to leave it a tight stop. GovX, 260 seems like such a high number. Maybe 255. It's 255. That's near the bottom. Ish. 255-ish. We're going to aim for just 270 and then just a 250 stop. Hopefully this comes back down low enough to kind of give us an entry. Wouldn't really want to stop above that 250 area, so I guess it depends on your risk tolerance, whether you want to take a bigger stop or not. Couple cents off from entry points. Yeah, we're seeing a nice curl on ELEV. Not enough pressure, it looks like, not yet, to hit that 420 mark, but we're getting there. We're definitely getting there. We hit up to 418. Gonna just put up the call. Start scaling out of ELEV around 20. CBio starting to head back down. GovX giving us 256 as an entry, not terrible. Oh, I just messed up the tracker. Maybe I fixed it. I think I fixed it. Yeah. Anyways, we got to 265. Not quite where I wanted to be yet, but we are actually almost 10 cents up on that at that point. So And start scaling out of GovX around 265. We are seeing ELEV start to move back down. We have CBio coming down as well. GovX coming back down to that 260 area after hitting 265. We've got BTTX curling down as well. MICS coming down as well. So it's definitely a good thing we took our exit with a very, very small loss, because it looks like it would have hit that stop loss pretty easily after that. GovX almost back down entry point. There it is. Bands are consolidating pretty heavily here, so if you didn't actually get out around that 265, I would be like slightly worried. I don't know if we'll get higher than 265 right this second, but hitting stop loss would isn't seeming too likely either. All right, guys, that's the end of the stream for today. We are currently at, well, it's not telling us where we're at right now because I think we have open positions, but let me see. I'll give an update on that at the end of the day. But thanks for watching, guys, and we will see you again next time. Let's take a look. We are currently at 895K. Just under 900K. So I think we're going to be hitting that million this month from 500 bucks. So that's pretty cool. Let's see, trade summary. We're up about 64%, as long as there's no more typos, which I don't think there is. Everything looks pretty much about right today. And it looks like our biggest winner today is GovX, which is kind of surprising because I thought ELEV would be the biggest winner, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. But yeah, hopefully y'all made some money today, and I will see you guys again tomorrow.